If you've watched photography YouTube for more than 5 minutes, you have probably heard the same advice repeated over and over. The problem is, some of it is completely wrong, and it is costing photographers time, money, and even clients. One of the biggest ones I always hear other photographers talking about is how they need a new camera, that they think that their camera is holding them back. And I talk a lot about that on my channel. That is completely untrue. Almost any camera that was made within the last 10 years is more than capable of professional work in 2026. I myself am still using Fuji X-T3s that were made in 2018 for my professional wedding work. So don't fall into that, I need a new camera, that the camera I have is what's holding me back. It is not the camera that is holding you back. What could possibly be holding your back is just your skill set. Don't ever upgrade a camera until it's become obvious that the camera itself really is holding you back. Maybe the autofocus is a little too slow, maybe you need to move to a full frame, something like that. But as I said, again, more than likely, it's a skill problem, not a camera problem. One that I always hate hearing, I hear it repeated all the time, is that you need to niche down. Now what that means is that you need to be focused on one specific thing, be it corporate headshots, real estate, weddings, something like that. Now, I do partially agree with it. One of the reasons why it is that you should be niched down is so that you're focusing all of your time and your energy perfecting one specific part of it. But at the same time, I don't feel that you have to be completely focused on, say, just weddings or just corporate headshots. I myself shoot weddings, senior yearbook photos, family photos, and I also sell artistic prints. Now, the vast majority of my income does come from weddings, but I do have some other things that I branch into that help supplement the income. So don't ever feel that you have to be just a product photographer or just a headshot photographer. The way I feel about it is if you can shoot great photos of people, then you should be able to do just about any type of photo when it comes to shooting photos of people. More followers equals more bookings. Again, this one is partially true, but it depends on how it is that you grow your social media presence. I know plenty of photographers out there who will use paid advertising to grow their follower base. Now, if you've got paid advertising going that is generating more followers and is just based across the entire United States, the vast majority of those people are never going to book sessions with you because you're not even in the same area as them. Now, if you naturally grow it by, say, posting into your local community forums, people from your page inviting other people, things like that that keep your follower group closer to your area, then that is going to help you with future bookings. But as I've said again in other videos, one of the best ways to get more bookings is to advertise on, say, Facebook, Instagram. I know photographers are now running ads on like TikTok, things like that. Different types of advertisement that are focused down to your area are gonna be what really drive booking sales. Another one you always hear people talk about on photography YouTube is saying things like, you need to be shooting for free to build a portfolio. I agree and I disagree with this. In the beginning, yes, I did do some stuff for free just to be able to build that experience. But usually that was with friends and family, stuff like that. I wasn't posting on Facebook saying, hey, I want to do free shoots just to build my portfolio up. Usually just at the beginning, reach out to friends and family, do stuff like that to be able to build up that skill, maybe get a little bit of stuff on your portfolio. But when you feel comfortable and you feel that your skill level has come up a good amount, then do start charging. You should be charging for the amount of time that it takes you to do the photos, do the edits, the cost of your equipment. That's something I see people asking all the time is, when should I start charging for my photography? You should start charging when people are willing to pay it. That's really the best advice I can give on that. If people are willing to pay you, then that's when you start charging. If you are offering free shoots and somebody wants to pay you for it, then maybe you should consider charging people for the photos. Another one I always see on photography YouTube is people talking about how passive income in photography is extremely easy. Passive income would be things like stock photos, selling art prints online. Stuff like that is not easy at all. I have posted stuff to stock photo sites. I think I've made like $2 on it. Selling art prints, that really takes time, and that takes a good following on social media or advertising, something that's going to drive people to the sites to buy those art prints. That is not an easy thing to do at all, and there are a lot of amazing photographers out there that are already selling those art prints. So to be able to get into that kind of passive income, you've really got to have a good following behind you that's going to drive those sales. It's not an easy thing to do, no matter how much people will say that on photography YouTube. And I think the biggest thing from this video that I hope people take away from it is stop listening to a lot of these big influencers on there. Start realizing that a lot of these videos are they're clickbait. They get a title up there that makes you think, yep, I could easily make money doing photography. And I know there's a lot of them that will be completely honest with you. It is not something easy to break into, but it is very possible as long as you just keep focused, keep working towards that end goal. It's something easy to give up on, and a lot of people get very discouraged when it just doesn't seem to be moving as fast as they want it to. You just need to stay focused, keep growing your skill set, keep advertising, just keep pushing, and eventually it will start taking off. And I hope you found any of this information useful. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe.